Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today for another What's Hot with Scott. I'm Scott Rajavori with Titus Contracting, located in Burnsville. We're a residential and commercial remodeling contractor. We're just going to give it a few minutes as we wait for people to join us. I'm kind of new to this, as you may have noticed over the last few weeks, so I'm learning as I go. And evidently, this is one of the things I should do. So I just do appreciate all those that have been watching and participating, and those who have been asking questions as well. So we're just going to give it a second and wait as we get this fired up here. So just give me a moment, and then we'll get things underway. So last week we spoke about bathrooms, as we're going to this week, the last few weeks actually, and we were talking about showers. And this week we're going to continue with that conversation about showers. This one might go a little longer than last week. I'm told that you should keep these short, but I think it's important we talk about some of the fun stuff that we do in showers. So first off, we're going to talk about steam showers and body sprays, like kind of a therapeutic shower. For us in Minnesota, the steam shower is a huge thing. You know, in January we're lucky when it gets above 0, so it's nice when you can jump into a steam shower and warm up. So there's a few different types of steam showers. There's a unit that you do all on your own, that you come up with the layout yourself, that has a separate steam head for it. There's a steam unit, steam control. So the steam unit is put somewhere close by the bathroom. It's wired. It's got a line that comes into the shower, and then you've got a steam head. So just like you've got a shower head, you're going to have a steam head or 2 or 3, and some controls for that. In a steam shower like this, it's usually tiled from the floor to the ceiling. The ceiling's tiled. The floor is tiled. You can use solid surface materials. We're going to talk about that a little bit too. But the ideal thing is to make this completely sealed unit so that the steam does not affect the, and look at that, we have a phone call coming in right now that I need to quiet. Excuse me 1 minute as I deal with this. Again, a learning curve, right? So we're figuring out that we need to make sure that our phones are turned off. Give me 1 minute. Anyhow, you want to make sure that the steam isn't going to affect what's behind the surface. So along with that is a sealed shower door. So you want to have a shower door that contains the steam. You don't want the steam going everywhere. You want to contain that steam in the shower. So you either drop a bulkhead or a header down from the ceiling and run your shower door up to that, or you can have the shower door go all the way up to the ceiling and have a track or a head jam up there for the shower door. So typically these run somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 above what you're originally going to spend in your bathroom, between the electrical, the plumbing, the units, and everything else, the extra expense with shower doors. That's typically where it's at. You can definitely spend more. Another way to do it is a complete unit, which are really cool. Matter of fact, my wife and I are considering this for our house. We love going to the club and using the steam unit there, the steam room. So this one, and I'm going to kind of bring this close. Let's see if I can make sure that you can see that. So this has got all kinds of options in it. This thing's huge. Another one that actually fits specifically within a 3x5 typical tub space is this unit here. A little harder to see, maybe the controls and stuff in there and what you've got, but these units run somewhere between $2,000 to $6,500 typically. You have all kinds of cool options in these, things like body sprays within them, cool mood lighting. You got the LED mood lights that you can control. Often they have stereos built into them, so you can pipe music through your phone into the system. Now, one of the important things to remember here is that you need to be able to fit this into your bathroom. So often we have people that don't think about that with any tubs and things like that. They always have to be able to fit through your door, or you're creating extra expense to get them in. So consider that, because you don't want to spend the $4,000 on a unit and then find out that you can't get in your bathroom. That'd be a bummer, right? So Another thing we're going to talk about is, I brought it up in the steam units, is body sprays. So there are all kinds of options out there for shower heads, multiple shower heads, controls, body sprays, which can be like jets, like you're in a whirlpool tub. This is really cool. It's not extremely expensive. Definitely added some expense. You know, body spray unit maybe anywhere from $700 to a couple $1,000, but it looks something like this. This is one option. This is a straight on, so you see a real contemporary, cool shower head and a handheld. That's a neat thing to add as well. We had a lot of handhelds with separate controls. Is great. It's better to have the separate control, not running it off a shower head. You can see, if I can figure out a way to point to this, that there's a control for that body spray, and often they're wrapped around the whole shower. So, oh, Craig, thanks for joining. I'm trying to figure out how this works when people pop up. I see Jen's joining us. I think Rachel's out there, so thank you. Shout out. Craig, my friend down in Florida, haven't seen you in a while. Anyhow, going into then the finishes in the shower. So tiles has been something we've been using forever, right? So whether it's stone or ceramic or porcelain, we do a lot of that. And there's all kinds of options you can get very creative with. Well, hi, Jen. You can get creative with the finishes in there, with accent strips and, you know, all kinds of different things you can do with tile. But another one that's really popular, and actually we've been using it for a long time, but it's become a lot more popular, is a solid surface material. So there was swan stone and corian, and you could do a cultured marble, but lately a lot of people are doing either onyx, and I've got a sample of that here. This stuff's really neat. This is a shower base, and as you can see, I've kind of talked about this before. This is, if you want almost a zero clearance, so you can roll into it, or you don't have to drag your foot over the top of a curb if, you know, you're getting older, or just you want that smoother look. This is almost zero clearance. So onyx is a really cool one. I'm going to show you. This is a larger curb. See, that's what would be more typical. You've got a large curb in the front there. That would be almost the same as what you'd normally do in tile, although those are getting lower now. And onyx has all kinds of cool options. They have trims that are available, a cove that you can put across the top, end caps, all kinds of stuff. And I'll just show you just briefly here. This is a ring of all the different colors that we offer in onyx. So it's huge. I mean, there's multiple colors that you can go with. There's all kinds of options, and it's really neat stuff. Kohler's got one as well now, choreographed. That's great. Very available product. Typically, the onyx you can get within a few weeks. The Kohler, I think, is a little bit longer. It kind of depends. The reason most people use this is grout lines. You know, people don't want to clean, so they're trying to eliminate grout lines and want a nice surface that's easy to clean, looks nice. It's also much faster. You can put in an onyx shower very fast, or Kohler, whatever, it's cut and made to fit. You can also cut it and put it in if need be, but that's one of the main reasons, is speed and cleanliness. It should not be cost, because often I get the question, well, why don't we go to a solid surface product? It'll be less expensive. That is typically not the case. Often it's even more expensive depending on what you spend for tile. If you're in the $4 to $6 a square foot range for materials, chances are onyx is going to be the same price or maybe a little bit more. So you don't want to be thinking about price if that's your main driver. So what else were we going to talk about today? Shower doors. So we've talked about just about everything with the shower. The last thing we'll wrap up with is shower doors. There are many options in shower doors now. Most people we deal with prefer either semi-frameless or frameless, and this is a confusing area for most people. So framed shower doors are the ones that are flimsy. They have a metal a metal frame all the way around the shower door. They have a metal frame for the shower door. They tend to be a little bit more work to keep clean because they've got all that stuff that can grab all the soap, scum, and whatnot. Those are the least expensive, $500 to $800 typically installed. Then you have a semi-frameless. So that is a heavier door, maybe 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch thick. It doesn't have any frame around the door itself, but it typically has a track that the door hangs off of. Maybe if it's a swinging door, it's got a frame against the wall or a frame that the door shuts against. Those typically installed around $900 to $1,300. Then there's frameless. Frameless means that there really is no metal that creates the frame of the door, whether it shuts against it, the door around the door itself. Typically, you see some really cool hinges against the wall. If it's a swinging door, they're big, they're brushed nickel, chrome, whatever. They'll have some type of a bubble on them that seals against the wall or a sweep, but there's hardly any metal to it. So those range anywhere from probably $1,200 up to $2,500 installed, and then they can get more if you get the multiple sides of glass. And I'm going to show you one that we did. It's beautiful. Great client out in Prior Lake. So this actually shows you a handheld, really nice handheld, cool niche that we talked about before with some accent tile. But if you look at the shower door, it's kind of a barn style door style. Notice we're using a lot, and they're actually sold online, and we can get them fairly reasonably and installed fairly reasonably for you. So, but this also has, if you look at it, the glass side that returns. There's 3 sides to this. These can be expensive. They can run past that, but by far the best looking. So I've gone on for a long time. I appreciate you spending the time with me, and hopefully we've been able to give you some ideas that you can maybe use in your own project. We'd love to hear from you at Titus Contracting. We're passionate about what we do. We love helping people out. We love to do projects for you. If there's anything we can do to help you, please contact us at 952-746-7817. You can email us. You can message us on Facebook. However you want to get a hold of us, we'd love to help you out in any way we can. So again, I'm Scott Rajavori with Titus Contracting. Thank you for joining. We'll see you next week with What's Hot with Scott.